Hello students, welcome to all of you in bio classes. Students, nowadays we are talking about the various types of connective tissues. So today's topic is fluid connective tissues, that is blood and lymph. What do you mean by fluid? Fluid means which can flow. Here the matrix is liquid. So these tissues can flow from one part to other part. You have seen that, you have felt that when you got headache and taking medicine, after some time your headache is removed. Why? It is cured. Why? You are taking medicine in your stomach and feeling pain in head. Then what is that substance, what is that connection which takes the medicine from stomach to your head? This is because of the circulation of blood in your body. So this circulation takes place with the help of vessels, various vessels which carries the liquid tissues from one place to other. So today we are going to discuss this part of the tissue. Now fluid connective tissue have fluidity, means they can flow. Fluidity means they can flow from one place to other. Matrix is liquid here. As you know that the connective tissue is made up of two parts. First is matrix and second is cells. The nature of tissue depends on the nature of matrix. As in case of bones, the matrix was solid, so bones are solid. Here the matrix is liquid, so tissue is liquid. Matrix is liquid in which cells can swim. Fluid connective tissue are of two types, blood and lymphs. Are of two types. First is blood and second is lymph. We will discuss one by one on these two parts. Blood is a red colored liquid, flows in whole body through blood vessels. Is it clear? A healthy person bears about 5 to 6 liters blood every time. Now blood is alkaline in nature, having 7.4 pH. Now we will ask what is pH. pH is process of hydrogen ion concentration. So pH value decides the acidity and alkalinity of any substance. 7 is the pH of water, which is neutral, neither acidic nor basic in nature or alkaline in nature. Below 7, all the liquids are alkaline in nature, and above 7, below 7, all the liquids or the substances are acidic in nature, and above 7, all the substances are alkaline in nature. So the pH of blood is 7.4, so it is alkaline in nature. Now you can divide the blood in two parts. First is its matrix and second is its cells. Matrix is, as you know, that it is liquid and known as plasma. A special name has been given to its matrix, that is plasma. And cells are called commonly corpuscles. The plasma constitutes about 55% of total blood and the cells constitute about 45% of total concentration. Plasma contains about 90% of water along with various hormones, enzymes, minerals, sugars and proteins, etc. Now the types of cells. It is all about plasma. Now we will discuss about the cells of blood. The blood contains three types of cells or three types of corpuscles. Types of cells. They are of three types. A. Erythrocytes. That is RBC. B. Leukocytes. That is WBC. And C. Thrombocytes. They are commonly known as blood platelets. Right? So these three types of cells are present in blood. Now we will discuss one by one. First is erythrocytes. That is RBC. First, they provide red color to the blood due to presence of a pigment which is a protein, very common name, very well known name, hemoglobin. You might be heard this name in day-to-day life, hemoglobin. Here hemo means iron and globin means globules. These hemoglobins are also known as oxygen carrier. Oxygen carrier. Because they receive oxygen from lungs and supplies it to various parts of the body. I think is it clear to all of you? ठीक. Now the structure of RBC. Each erythrocytes that is RBC red blood cells are biconcave in shape. Biconcave in shape. Here you can see from front view it looks circular, but from side view it is suppressed at the center from both sides, forming this type of structure which is known as biconcave shape. From front view they are rounded, circular in shape, that is spherical in shape. So they are biconcave in shape. One more important thing about which you have already learned, that they are devoid of nucleus. No nucleus is present. Nucleus is not present at maturity. In initial state, nucleus is present, but at maturity, the cells of RBC, that is erythrocytes, lose their cell content, that is nucleus, which is the largest cell organelle. Along with that, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, they lose all these cell organelles because they can carry maximum amount of oxygen. At maturity, erythrocytes lose their nucleus along with other cell organelle like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, etc. Why? So as to carry maximum amount of oxygen. By losing these cell organelles, they will the cells will have plenty of space in which they can carry maximum amount of oxygen from one place to other. Now, one more thing. The number of erythrocytes in blood is about 5 millions per cubic millimeter. Suppose this is a cube of 1 mm, 1 mm length and 1 mm breadth. So 1 mm cubic millimeter have about 5 millions of erythrocytes, and the lifespan of erythrocytes is about 115 to 120 days. As they are devoid of nucleus, so in this condition the lifespan is not very long and only 115 to 120 days. This is all about erythrocytes. Now the leukocytes. They are commonly called as WBC, where leuco means, you have already studied in leucoplast. Leuco means white, cytes means cell. So they are commonly known as white blood cells. They do not carry any pigment like hemoglobin, but they serve the purpose of protection. The number of leukocytes per cubic meter is about 7,000 per cubic millimeter, and the lifespan of WBC is about 20 days. They are of many types on the basis of their nucleus and presence of granules in cytoplasm. They can be characterized in two main types. That is, first is agranulocytes, which do not possess granules in cytoplasm. They are of two types, monocyte and lymphocyte. Monocytes is the largest leukocyte. They are the largest leukocytes, and they are agranulocytes because granules are not present here. They are largest, and you can memorize them as ML. Agranulocytes, you can memorize ML. You can name it Manohar Lal. So Manohar Lal can be given to these types: agranulocytes, monocytes and lymphocytes. Now second type is agranulocytes. They are of three types. They are granulocytes because they possess granules in cytoplasm, and on the basis of various lobes of nucleus, they can be divided in three parts. First, two-lobed nucleus known as eosinophils. Three-lobed known as neutrophils, and many lobes are named as basophils. You can memorize it ENB. एक नई बाइक. This is just to memorize. This is not the full form of this, right? Now they protect the body. From various pathogens, that is bacteria, virus, fungi, etc. ठीक. So these are two types. They protect the body. By the process of phagocytosis. Eating of pathogens, right? I think this is clear to all of you. Now the third type. About third type we will discuss in next video, because here we have discussed only two types of blood cells. In third type, we will discuss about the third type, that is blood platelets, functions of blood, and about lymph. So wait for the next video. Watching for this video is for. Thank you very much. So in next video we will meet and discuss about the next part of the blood and lymph.